The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
First off, fuck your bitch and the click you claim. West side, when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia, some mark ass bitches. We keep on coming while we running for your Jews. Steady gunning, keep on busting at the fools. You know the rules. Lil Caesar, go ask your homie how I leave you. Cut your young ass up, leave you in pieces. Now be deceased. Lil Kim, don't fuck around with real G's. Quick to snatch your ugly ass off the streets.
That's me? Oh, yo, y'all caught me get my grind on. What's happening? What's the science, yo? I am DaMega. This is the DaMega Code. Wait a minute, I got everything. All right. What y'all got going on this morning, y'all? I'm glad y'all tuned in to the livest, dopest fitness show on the web, live on Morris Media Live, the hottest podcast station in the nation, baby. I'm rhyming this morning. That's what happened when you come on to Pac, yo. See, poet, rest in peace, Tupac, for one. Number one, rest in peace, Pac. You know, I was watching this thing, and I know this ain't got nothing to do with fitness, y'all, but this is a little off the thing, and this ain't even really got nothing to do today. But since Pac was on, I was listening to this guy the other day say that Pac was not a good lyricist. He was a good rapper. Now, the only problem I had with this is, now I don't mind people being judgmental and things like that and critiquing greatness. However, this was a white boy and it was Black History Month and I just wasn't going to have it, y'all. I'm sorry. It just didn't. For one, why are you commenting on the culture that you know, like, that's like me saying, like, I don't know who was the best slave master. Like, I don't know. Shit. You know, who was the best slave master? I don't know. You know what I mean? Okay, listen. Top of the morning, y'all. I hope everything is well, I know everything is all well and all good. Poetess. It's cold in here. It's cold. Okay. Don't worry about it, y'all. So my nose and stuff start running around here. Don't worry about it, y'all. It's because I drink a lot of alkaline water. All right. We're talking about the topics today, y'all. First of all, before we get started, I want to talk about, I want to, of course, introduce my sponsors, because that's why we're here, my sponsors. So we got TMT, of course, the money team, ISSA, International Sports Science Association, where they got My Fitness Regimen Ease Plexity. If you want to be an Ease Plexity code enforcer, go to issaonline.com and they'll tell you how to get to me. All right. The Tayline Network. Tay Lizzle. The Tayline Network, y'all. Hit Tayline for your media needs and your outlook on that. Midwit. Make it do what it do in the ATL. Amun. New York. NYWUSA. All right. NYWUSA.com. Y'all go check them out. It's for the youth, so they make sure that they don't be killing each other. So if y'all want to support the youth not killing each other, y'all look them up. All right. ENT Graphics. ENT Graphics is it's where they do a lot of my graphics and stuff like that. They're good sponsors of mine. And also Amazon. I say Amazon because my ebooks are on there. So if y'all ain't doing nothing, or even if you are doing something, go and cop one of my ebooks. I got 3 of them, y'all. It's no excuse. Excuses are useless. There's no reason for you not to be reading something by the DaMega Code. You watching? Hey, tag somebody right now. Tell them to come on to the show. Tell them to call in. We got a phone number. It ain't on the screen, but it'll be up there in a second. I'm going to tell you what it is. 323-293-3375. 323-293-3375. All right. Oh, well, there it is right there. Yeah. All right. We got a guest. The guest we have today is Joy, and she's going to be. We kind of elaborated last week about the keto diet. It's like a big thing. So we're going to be talking to her about the keto diet, and we're going to get a woman's perspective, because last week we had a male's perspective on it, and it was very informational, y'all. So if y'all ain't tuned in last week, go back to morrismedialive.com, find me, and look me up. It's informational, all right? We're going to be talking about the keto diet. I'm going to be talking about 10 ways to beat obesity. 10 ways to not even be obese. I'm telling you. I'm going to be talking about 10 ways for you not even to get fat. Because people, they always, just think back for a second, y'all. Anybody that's obese, you ain't got to tell nobody that you're obese. You ain't got to say whatever, you know. But just think back to when you first said, oh, well. Because that's where it started with. It started with, oh, well, like, I'm just big, or I can't fit these pants, or I can't do this, or I can't, I can't run like I can't do, oh, well. When was that very first, oh, well? When did you decide to say, this is it? I know I'm 4 sizes or 3 sizes bigger than what I normally wear. When did you decide? What day, what moment, what hour? Where were you? What was you doing when you said, you know what? Psst, it don't even matter. It don't even matter if I'm obese. It don't matter. I'm happy. Because, that's what happens. You trade it in. I'll do something about it for I'm happy with it. What moment was that? Where was you at when that happened? Where was you at when that happened? When that stopped? When that said, that's it. I'm cool. People are going to have to accept me for who I am. If I accept this, they got to accept it. And that's cool. Because guess what? They did. Those that loved you, those that hated you. They didn't care if you got fat. They didn't care if you died. But the bottom line is, when did you say, you know what? Psst, it don't even matter to me. Figure that out. Then I'm going to tell you 10 ways to not get there again. Leave there. Wherever you was at with that, leave there. We don't want to go there no more. All right. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the myths of the keto diet, and we'll talk about the facts and the myths of the keto diet. Now I want to talk about the current events, y'all. I got to say these things now. I'm keeping it fitness. I'm an activist, y'all, so it'd be hard for me not to just spring into action talking about stuff that don't have nothing to do with fitness. But as an active fit, I'm active fit. I'm active fit. All right. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about the sports thing right now. I don't do too much sports on here either because they got a sports channel on here. I don't know the name of it, but tune in to Morris Media Live for the sports channel. See, I'm not a hater. I plugs the whole thing. Who's a boss? All right. But I got to say about Zion. I don't know if y'all know who Zion is. Zion is the boy from Duke. The young boy from Duke. He's a ball player. He big. He young. He's a vicious. He's a beast. He caught an injury. So Isaiah Thomas, who caught that injury, y'all remember Isaiah Thomas? I don't know if y'all not the old Zeke, the new one. Isaiah Thomas, he had the hip surgery. And remember, they traded him from Boston to Cleveland to the Lakers to now he's in Denver. But he only went to Denver because when they traded him from Boston to Cleveland, LeBron was like, I don't like him. So they traded him to the Lakers. Then they traded LeBron to the Lakers. And LeBron still said, I don't like him. So they traded him to the Denver. And of course, how the story goes, LeBron is running LA now. Fact, I don't know if y'all saw that game last night, but yeah, he's beastie. All right. Rest in peace to Dodger, and this is one of old school. I'm just giving this shout out because it is still Black History Month. It's the shortest month. You know what I mean? But it's the month that we got to kind of give all our, enlightenment and acknowledgement to the people who came before us. All right. So this is Dodger great Don Newcombe. Don Newcombe died. He was number 36 on the LA Dodgers, legendary pitcher, one of the most important black athletes in Major League Baseball history. He died. He was 92 years old. Rest in paradise, Don. I'm sure you had a great time here. I'm sure you're going to have an even greater time where you're going. There he is. Hot shot. Yeah, 96 years old, man. That's a good look. The boy that played for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. All right, he got arrested. He got arrested for weed. He had a weed case. They dropped the weed case, and then they charged him with something else. Anyway, none of that got nothing to do with nothing. But listen, when you in the NFL and you got these big contracts and you doing hey man, it's certain things that you got to do. But I don't know for sure if you can smoke in the NFL. I don't know about that. Any of my NFL players listening, y'all call in and tell me if y'all can smoke in the NFL. Because if y'all can, I got the hook up. No, I'm just playing. If y'all can, you know what I mean, that's cool because it's they got the CBD and all, all the stuff that's good for the athletes. All right. Anyway, so much for that. Le'Veon Bell was free. I don't know if y'all know who Le'Veon Bell is. Le'Veon Bell was the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This dude is awesome, completely awesome. He held out last year. I think he threw away like $30 million just because he didn't want to play. So anyway, Le'Veon, that's what you do. I guess that's what you do when you got a passion for something. Hey man, look, I don't want your $30 million. I just don't want to play for you. Whoa, $30 million, I'm going to do something. I don't give a damn if I just run. Just throw me the ball once or twice, man. I'll go sit over here on the sidelines, man, for that other $25 million. But I'm not going to turn down $30 million just because I got an ego or just because I don't want to play. I may not like the janitors. I may not like the people that clean the field. But I'm not going to miss my $30 million. Oh, no. But hey, money ain't everything. To those that got money, all right. Colin Coward, he's a TV guy. Anyway, this could be big, y'all. Russell Wilson coming to the New York Giants. Oh my God! As a Giants fan, I'm trying to tell you, Eli's out because he's gone. Eli's gone. He did a good job, but here's the thing. This is how they're going to send Eli out. They're going to send Eli out the same way they send Peyton out, with a Super Bowl. I guarantee the Giants are going to be healthy. They're going to be fresh. They're going to be vigilant. They vicious. We got Saquon. We got Odell. We got Shepard. Eli still is a beast now. Don't get me. I think he just got to see what happens is, he come out in the third quarter, y'all. Yeah. I think he smoked a joint at halftime or something. He got to relax a little bit, Eli. But we'll take Wilson because what's Wilson's wife's name? Sierra. Sierra says she want to live in New York. And believe me, what Sierra says, dude does. I don't know what she did. Well, dude, do it. Whatever she say, do. If she said, listen, man, we going to play on the moon. And I know we the only team that's going to be on it. He going to be like, NASA, can we please get a rocket? I'm telling you. But check this out. We'll take you, Russ. Come on. We'll take you. We would definitely take you in New York, even though we the same size. So Eli's like 6'4" or something like that. But Russell's he's a beast though. He's a beast, and plus his contract is up this year, 2019. So he's a free agent. He coming to New York. We take him. We don't want nobody else. Look, we got a rookie right now. That's playing behind Eli. I think he played maybe a half a yard. Like he ain't got we don't care. I don't even, it's Lendata or something. That's a shame. I don't even know our backup quarterback name. That's just how confident I am in our own quarterback. Anyway, I'm doing too much talking on that, but Russell Wilson, we'll see you in New York, champ. Straight up. For real. I don't know if we got to play one more season, but if not, we'll see you in New York for real. Eli, peace and blessings, but next year. All right. The young wrestler. I don't know if y'all heard about this story, but I think it was a month or two ago. It was a young wrestler who had to cut his dreadlocks to finish the wrestling match. The referee made him cut his dreadlocks to finish the wrestling match. I guess the guy, whoever was wrestling, couldn't grab him or whatever the case may be. So they made him cut his dreadlocks in the middle of the match to make him finish. The thing about that is, didn't y'all see him have dreadlocks all the way up into that championship? Didn't he come there with them dreadlocks? Didn't he beat everybody The same way he was beating this one dude right here. Now, what's the difference between this dude and all the other 20 people that he beat with these same dreadlocks? Huh? I ain't telling you that he ain't saying, yo, tell dude to cut his arms off. Why y'all telling him to cut his hair off? He had arms and the hair just the same way the other people did. Anyway, the young cat, he made it to the championship, and now he made it to the high school championship tournament. And he was in high school. He's in high school, y'all. This happened in high school. The ref, I don't know what referee. I'm gonna have a referee name for y'all next week though. Made him cut his hair. Made it cut his things. All right. LeBron got a rap album coming out. I can't make this up. Not just playing, dog. He got a rap thing coming up with 2 Chainz. He's producing 2 Chainz. He's producing two Chainz thing. Titty Boy. Big boy, shout out 2 Chainz. All right. I'll make sure I'm saying her name. Martina Navratilova. Did I say it right now? Martina Navratilova. The tennis pro. Y'all know who she is. She's been in the game a long time. Anyway, she's with the LGBT, whatever they did, right? And she said something wrong about the transgender, so they kicked her out. See, that's what happened in sports, y'all. You know what I mean? When you on a platform and you gotta, conform to saying what this and saying that, or they gonna kick you off. All right. That's why I ain't, I'm independent. I say what I want about who I want, where I want, and why I want. So don't ask me why I wasn't, why I didn't support Kaepernick and all of that. I support Kaepernick. Kaepernick played us, y'all. Oh, he played us, y'all. Listen, this is what Kaepernick did. All the while he had everybody protesting and this and that and not watching Super Bowls, he was getting the bag. He was suing the NFL. He was getting the bag. And you know how that was. It said, hey, go to say this, say that, go say all these different things, get it all riled up because I'm getting the bag. It was never about kneeling. It was never about none of that. They tried to say he was going to come and play. I get that. I'm with that. Get the bag, Cap. Hey, that I agree, Portis. All I'm saying is, what do we get out the deal, though?
What should you get?
We was out there. Wait a minute. So wait a minute. See, that's that Kurt Franklin mentality right there. Right there. That's that Kurt Franklin mentality right there. You just singing the... Hey... Wait. You just sing in the choir. That's all you do. Yeah, the choir don't get paid. Only the pastor and the one that's leading the choir. Anybody else, that's that Kurt Franklin mentality right there.
I guess we forget all the millions of his own money that he donated to charity.
That wasn't his money.
That was his money.
Listen, let me tell you something.
He did a lot during that course of protest. For the community, for young black people, for justice.
True.
So none of that counts?
True. It counts. It absolutely counts. But here's the thing. It wasn't his. This is his bag. All these.
So you don't know what he's going to do with it. He's just getting the bag. Get a man a break.
Okay, well, Cap, listen, man. From Poetess and me, send us some of that bag over here because we was doing, I protested. I'm kind of bogus though, man. I can't really say that because I protested because my team was shitty this year. So I was just like, you know what? The NFL sucks. I'm with Cap. But I'm just saying though, yeah, well, all right, Cap, you got your bag out the deal. I'm sure you're going to do what's right. I'm sure he's going to do what's right. The white side of him is going to do what's right. You know what I mean? The black side going to go and, there's 2 sides to the brother. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see. Antonio Brown. It's my last one, y'all. Antonio Brown. He said if y'all got the bag, that's Antonio Brown for that plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, y'all. This dude catch everything. Next to Odell Beckham, and I ain't seen nobody catch like this dude. Period. Point blank. Period. Ever. But he said 2 things. One, he need to get out of trouble because he didn't call a domestic violence case or some chick. Jesus Christ, man. And then he said if whatever team got the money, if y'all got money now, he don't want to negotiate. He don't want to do none of that. If y'all got the money, call him up, hit him up. All right. Okay, we're talking about the keto diet. What else is we talking about? We're talking about the keto diet. We're talking about the ways that people don't get fat. All right. Here's some quotes, y'all. People eat junk food without batting an eye, but offer something healthy, and then everybody becomes researchers. You sure that was it? You offer some bullshit, and you know, if it's some junk food, if it's something, hey, oh, that's good, this and that, but offer something healthy, they want to do research now. What is that going to do for me? All right. Here's some conscious reminders, y'all. I'm going to do my conscious reminders and some other things, and then we're going to go to break. But listen, here's some conscious reminders, y'all. Unclench your jaw. Stop that, y'all. Loosen up a bit. Unclench your jaw. All right. Breathe deeply. Check your posture. I'm kind of bad at that, y'all. I need to just, check your posture. Drink water, preferably alkaline. Stretch. Check in with your body. Where are you tight? Where are you loose? Check in with your body. All right. So these, of course, I did the thing last week where if you pull your thing right there, you can see if you dehydrated or not, depending on how fast it bounced back. All right. It is no number. Check in with your heart. What are you holding on to? Where are you tense and anxious? Check into your heart, y'all. What you holding on to? Check into your heart. You need to get rid of something? Something heavy on it? All right, keep in mind, your heart is not a weight bench. It shouldn't be nothing heavy on it. Facts. All right. Look up at the sky. Look up at the sky. And show up with love today. That's what you do. All right. Show up with love today. All right. Here goes some quotes, y'all. If your work speaks for itself, there's no need to interrupt. Ooh. Ooh. If your work speaks for itself, there's no need to interrupt. All right. Here's one for you. Nothing is sexier than being financially fit. Ooh. Dig that. Muscles and money, y'all. There's nothing sexier than being financially fit. Think about that, y'all. Let that marinate. All right. Here's one for you. You can't deposit excuses. I don't know what bank y'all go to, a Bank of America, Chase, I don't think. You cannot deposit excuses. These are facts now. I didn't make this up. Somebody need to hear this. All right. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is training. To be self-disciplined means to be self-trained. Self-discipline is important, y'all, because after a certain age, you're not being disciplined anymore. So therefore, self-discipline is very important. A lot of adults and things like that, they don't have self-discipline because they transform their self-discipline to their kids. You know what I mean? So they start saying, you know what? Don't do as I do, do as I say. You know what I mean? So like, I don't have to be disciplined. You just be disciplined. And then they're looking at you, though. If you're overweight, you're obese, and they see that you're not disciplined, you're eating this and you're eating that, guess what? That's how they're going to be. These are facts. When fasting, we are feeding our bodies through our own fat. Think about this, y'all. When fasting, we're feeding our bodies through our own fat. Stay woke. Let that marinate, all right? Don't wait for illness to start valuing wellness. Don't wait for illness to start valuing your wellness. Whew. Yeah. Just don't do that, man. For one, you don't have to, and for two, it's corny. It's corny. All right. It is Black History Month, y'all, so I'm going to lay this one on you. All right? It may be heavy, but here goes. No whites allowed. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Wait. No whites allowed. Y'all thought I was talking about white folks, right? Nah. Listen. No whites allowed. No white sugar. No white salt. No white cow milk. No white flour. No white rice. Chill it for the rest of the month. You got me on this? Can you fill me on just for the rest of the month? It's only a couple more days in the month. It's only a few more days in Black History Month. This is going to help you. All right. No whites allowed. No white sugar, no white salt, no white cow milk, no white flour, no white rice. You got me? Good. And cholesterol. I had to lower my cholesterol, y'all. So that means I got to eat right. I got to eat more bread and stuff like that, green food and stuff like that. But listen, cholesterol kills 870,000 people per year. High cholesterol kills 870,000 people per year, and it's only found in animal fats. Need I say more? Do you want me to repeat that? I'm going to repeat it just one more time for y'all so you can understand where I'm coming from. This is high cholesterol kills 870,000 people per year, and it's only found in animal fat. Whew. I got two more for y'all, then I'm going to be done, y'all. Listen, nature is so smart, it put the medicine inside the foods. So, the animal fats and stuff like that, believe me, there is the other side. Plants. I'm trying this plant-based protein. It's called Vega. If y'all ain't doing nothing, check it out. If you are, it's a good thing. It's working good for me. All right. And last but not least, I don't know if anybody out here drink coffee. Okay, y'all, here we go. I'm gonna say this about coffee, and then the keto person gonna come on and man, all of these things may work for some people, some may not work for none. But this is one about coffee. Coffee, it has a pH of 5. You know what I mean? 0.5. No, I'm sorry. Not 0.5, 5 point. Because 0.5 is you just completely acidic. Period. You damn near a sewer. Coffee, it has a pH of 5 point. It is acidic. It is never caffeine free. I don't care what they tell you. Listen to me. It is 5 point on the pH balance where the pH potential hydrogen level is 5%. It is acidic. It is never caffeine free. Do not drink it. You got me? Hey, do what y'all want from this point. And if you do drink it, balance it out with some alkaline water. All right. We done here. So I'm gonna go to my break and then we're gonna come back with our guests and we're gonna make it happen. All right. Hit my website if y'all want to get your alkaline, if you want to get your East Plexity workout gear, whatever you want to do, if you want to start a consultation, whatever, hit my website. I'm there for you, believe me. Senior citizens, no discounts. You've been linking, no discounts. You have had twice as long to get the money. See you in a minute. for the record, I just thought I'd put this out there. I'm not hating on Kaepernick. I'm with Cap. You know what I mean? I'm with you, Cap. You know, because to be honest with you, him and LeBron James are really the only two people that I've really actually seen do a lot for the community. You know what I mean? In this era, of course, there were people before who, who did good and represented, but then they turned into coons like Jim Brown. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother show, a whole nother topic. So listen, y'all, we're going to be talking about the keto diet. Again, I don't know a whole bunch about the keto diet. However, I'm going to be learning more now. Do we got a guest?
I'm here.
Hey, there she goes.
Hey.
So, okay, they working it out. Okay. Joy. This is Joy. Coach Joy.
This is Joy. This is Coach Joy.
Coach Joy. Joy. Okay, Coach Joy. Tell the people who you are, where you are, and why you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Joy, and I am in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am a ketogenic lifestyle accountability coach.
Spell that all in one sentence. No, I'm just playing.
Not all at once.
I'm a keto spot. Okay, now, say that one more time, though. Slow it down for the people, especially for myself, because I needed to hear that again.
I am a ketogenic lifestyle accountability coach.
Bam.
Now, I can break that down for you.
Please, would you see? Make this easy for me.
Okay, so a lot of times we are programmed in society to think about when we want to lose weight or get fit or eat healthy. We are always programmed to think diet means something so restrictive and it's something that's temporary. Well, living a ketogenic lifestyle is not necessarily a diet, but it is a healthier way of eating that challenges the way that we've been taught to eat. And I teach about ketogenic living, which is not a diet. It's a way of eating. And then I'm an accountability coach, which is sort of like a life coach. Basically, sometimes we just need that extra boost. You know how they say you can be a very strong person and you're the person that everybody relies on, but you yourself don't have anybody to rely on.
Right.
So I am the person that the strong person relies on to help keep them accountable, because we all need that. We all need to be accountable for our actions. And I can basically hold your hand and kind of lead you through the hills and valleys of accomplishing your goals, because a lot of times the way that we eat, the way that we do things, the way that we live is basically what we've learned. And sometimes we have to reprogram ourselves in order to get where we want to be. And so I just help that process.
So you the plug. So you the keto plug then, basically. I'm the plug. I'm the one who yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. So listen, what's the name of your brand?
The name of my brand is theketoprint.com. The Keto Print is basically the blueprint to doing the ketogenic diet, or the way of eating. I started doing keto about 5 years ago, and this way of eating was presented to people that had epilepsy, and it was very, very, they've been doing it in Australia for many, many years. And when I first started, it wasn't popular at all. Not many people knew about it. It wasn't being advertised because if it were, as with most things in America, dieting companies, that are built on certain modules, they would lose money because we're not eating a lot of processed foods and unhealthy things. So I came up with the Keto Print because I wanted people to know that there is a blueprint that you can live by, that will be able to, if you give your body is a machine. If you give it the right fuel, it will do what you need it to do.
Well, some people just ain't gonna. That machine, you know, no matter if they want it to be a Bentley, it's gonna always be a Pinto, you know. So what do you say to this? What do you say about them machines, though?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of times, you got people that are very, very disciplined, right? You have people that if you just give them the blueprint, they can build things because they're just, you know, they just have that talent. They don't need a lot of this. They're disciplined. They can make themselves do it. Then you have people that just need a little bit of help. And if you make it make sense for them, then they can hit the ground running. But then you have people that realize, you know what, while I don't understand the science of this, while I may want to accomplish this goal, I need a little bit more boost or motivation. And it can be a lot of times because of things that have just happened to us in life. So that is why I coach.
Okay, so we're not actually talking about just nutrition then.
No, it's like soul wellness, right? Because you got to deal with the why.
You said
in
soul
order
wellness.
to get to where you're going.
Wait. You said soul wellness?
Soul wellness.
Soul.
Yes.
Like soul plane, but soul wellness. That's
soul
wellness. That's a good terminology. Never heard that one before. And I didn't pretty much heard them all.
Well, because we concentrate on a lot of we concentrate on a lot of external things when it comes to weight loss, right? We want to look good. We want to fit our clothes better. Everybody want their waist to be snatched. Everybody want to, you know, be that person. But nobody ever talks about cleaning that soul out, getting rid of dumping out some of that stuff that caused you to lean on food as a confidant, or you filled a deficit that was in your life with food, and it became a partner, a toxic partner, and it wasn't able to do what it was intended to do, which is nurture you and give you nutrition. You can be a foodie. Like, I'm a greedy person. I love to eat. I love going to different places and trying new things. But the relationship that I used to have with food, because I started working on my spirit and my soul and cleaning some of those childhood traumas out, I got to the reasoning of why I had gained the weight. And then I was able to work on losing the weight and loving who I was, whether or not
Wait, that's you?
Change.
That's the transformation right there?
That's the transformation.
Whoa.
So that's why coaching is necessary. It's not like you could just go to the gym and work out. You ever seen a person that's been doing Zumba or aerobics? You go to the gym and that person is heavy and they moving and they shaking and you looking at them like, I don't even have that much energy, but how is it that this person is, you know, still fat? Why?
Right.
Well, because they haven't done the work. It's more than just
enlighten them. Tell them, because this is now something we have to explain. This is something that has to be explained right here.
Yeah, it's really changing your perception. It is really changing a bad habit. You can build up anybody can build up endurance. Our muscles have energy. Our muscles have memory. We give our muscles energy. They have memory. They're going to memorize. If we do the same repetitive thing every day, we are going to be able to build up endurance. But that's not going to do anything for your heart. You're still going to be binge eating and overeating. And if you don't have friends or you don't have good relationships with people, or you're socially awkward and you just don't know how to communicate, or you just might be one of those people that let everybody dump on you and you don't know how to expel all that garbage out of your life. And so you take all that on and they go home, they teach their Zumba class and they go home and they go overeat and they hugging a box of ice cream and a box of chicken, feed and all of that stuff. Because you can feed your demons if you don't expel them.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Wait. So demons eat? No, I'm just playing. Wait. I'm just saying, though, like, wait. Because damn, now we got to worry about fat demons. People's souls. Yes, they do.
My.
Wow. Okay. You said they eat your soul. They eat at your soul.
They do. They do.
Oh,
They do. Let me give you an example of
Please
demons
hurry
eating
up and
at
give
your
me.
soul, right?
Yeah, say that again.
Let's say you have a really good relationship with a person, or at least you thinking, hey, I'm in this relationship with this person, things are going good, and then they do something to hurt you. Now that person may be completely oblivious to the fact that they hurt you. It may have been unintentional, but instead of talking to them about that hurt, you cut them off and y'all just kind of fade off and go your separate way. What happens is that person has went off to the sunset. They're thriving, they living, but slowly but surely you're being diminished because you're bitter. That first you're hurt, and then that anger turns to bitterness. And then that bitterness just turns to pain. And then you're just always feeling like, I can't stand. Then you start not liking other people. And it's just chipping away at you and chipping away. I think, that a lot of times we can drum up so much. We can have so much toxic energy in our spirit and in our souls that we will drum up diseases because we don't let that hurt go. We don't get rid of all that toxic energy that we've taken in.
Right.
Then you get cancer because we all have the gene. We all have that gene, but it only develops in some people. And sometimes you like, how this person is really cantankerous. You ever just met a really nasty person? That person is hurt. And they let hurt fester for a very long time. So yes, demons do eat. They eat at your soul. They pick at your spirit. And then you start projecting all those nasty, toxic energies onto other people. And so that pushes people away. So then this person is just going home, being by themselves. And that's the person nobody wants to be. Nobody wants to die alone. Or you watching everybody live, but you're not living. You feel like you're dying every day. It's because something is sucking at you.
Wow. Okay, I gotta ask this. So how much? Because I'm looking at this picture. Give me another one. Give me some. This transformation is crazy. Okay, how much weight did you lose?
So I was 299 pounds because I just would not allow myself to tip the scale at 300. I don't know what it was psychologically.
Oh my God!
Like,
so that 1 pound was the turning point.
That
right?
1 pound was like that 1 pound would have been my rock bottom. That's crazy, right?
Oh wow, that's deep. No, that's deep.
That 1 pound was like I heard a joke one time about this guy and he was saying something about he didn't want no woman that was over 300. I don't know why. I just thought that was so horrible. It's not, but I just thought it was so bad. So I was like, you know what? I cannot, if I gain this 1 pound, that means I have let myself go. So
right. Wow.
I was 299 pounds and now I am about 205.
That's hey, congrats. Hey, hats off. So I have to ask you this. How much of that was diet and how much of that was working out?
Okay, I will say about 80% of that was diet. Any person that works out, body builds, everything will tell you you can out eat any workout plan on this planet. Okay, because what you put in your body is what is going to make it perform, not the external stuff. And we exercise to increase our heart rate. It gives us energy, increases endorphins, build muscle, get lean. But if you're not putting the right things in your body, none of those things are going to happen. It's just like a car, You can put you can wash it, shine it, wax it. You can soup it up. You can put 20 folds on it. You can do all sorts of things to the external car to make it more beautiful. But if you put regular gas in a Porsche, it's not going to perform the way that it was built to perform.
You said if you put unleaded gas in a Porsche.
Regular, like the cheap one.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Like, what is that, 87?
Yeah, it's not going to perform like
you got to use premium gas.
You got to use premium gas, right. That makes sense. That makes sense. So you said your workout consists, did you do outdoor workouts, indoor workouts? What did you do?
Yeah, I'm not a person that I encourage. First of all, I'm a Virgo. Variety.
Did you do
V stands for
outdoor
variety is
workouts?
the spice of life. Okay. I have to have variety. I'm not a person that can just stick with one thing. So I tried a variety of things. I had to lose weight first. I had to change my diet first because I was uncomfortable going to the gym. I just felt like everybody in there was in a fashion show. I didn't want to be in the gym and the girl next to me was fine as hell and the guy, I felt like everybody was looking at me. And so I was like, you know what?
But I mean,
You
they're
know,
really looking at you now, though. I mean, what do you think?
they probably weren't even paying me no attention, but that's not how I felt. And
Gotcha.
I know that other people feel like this. So when I slimmed down a bit and I felt like I had enough stamina to not feel like I wanted to die when I got on the Stairmaster, then I started going. I would be in the gym. I did pole dancing. I skate every Wednesday. I'm not a good skater, but it is such good exercise because it kind of exercises your whole body. I ride bikes. Well, I also ride motorcycles, and people may not think that that's exercise, but it is.
That's dope. I don't ride them, but that's dope. That's. Let me ask you this. I always wanted to ask this to do a female. How do you communicate with guys if, like, the guy don't ride bikes? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because a dude can't say, hey, yo, come pick me up on your bike, baby. You know what I mean? That's just
well,
like, who does that?
Well, currently, a part of my journey was the fact that I was married for 16 years.
Oh, okay.
And I have been divorced for the last 3.
Okay.
So
wait, let me stop you real quick. Let me stop you. Is that the reason? Do you think that's one of the reasons for gaining the weight, or?
Oh, definitely when I first got married, I was gaining weight. I've struggled with weight all my life, but when I first got married, my weight wasn't a problem for him. I started gaining weight because it was that happy weight. We was eating all the time. We was just going out to eat literally almost every day. We were best friends attached at the hip, and I kind of just didn't pay attention. And then as life started to happen and things started to happen in my life and in my marriage, food was always like a friend when I couldn't depend on anybody else. It didn't talk back to me. It didn't do anything. It would make me feel better, right? Like a drug. And then it would make me feel bad after I, gorge on the food and eat all the things that I'm not supposed to eat. Then I feel bad about it. And so then I go back and eat some more food because it was just a toxic cycle. So yeah, that's how that was. And then going through trauma within my marriage,
right,
which made me have to in turn choose myself and walk away. That is what thrust me into being determined to live, essentially. So from that time that I've been divorced, I haven't really. Atlanta's a hard.
Where you at?
I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay.
Yeah. Atlanta is
Super Bowl
a hard cookie to crack.
You said,
as far as dating.
As far as dating, it's cookies to crack?
Eggs, whatever, rocks, whatever. It's just really hard. Y'all know, I think cookie is the correct terminology for Atlanta. Okay?
Okay.
It look good to eat, baby, but it ain't all what it's.
It don't taste. Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this. I gotta ask you these questions because this is interesting. Now, in the time span that you were married and you gained the weight, did the other person gain weight too?
Yeah, he gained weight. He actually didn't want me to lose weight. Oh. Because it was more psychological. Oh. I was actually married to a narcissist. Okay.
Oh, well, what's wrong with us? No, I'm just they said hold on. They said I'm narcissistic, yo.
Well, listen. Let me tell you about surviving a narcissist.
What's some of the signs? I tell you if I'm narcissistic or not. Go ahead, shoot him.
Narcissist, I would hope not.
Let's just see.
A narcissist is the person that will never admit to being wrong.
Yeah,
they will
I'm a narcissist.
Manipulate.
Right. Okay, you ain't got to say no more. All right. Stop right there. Because I ain't never wrong. Okay. Well, I'm a narcissist, so they say. All right. Good for me.
Okay.
Somebody got to be
surviving a narcissist is almost like being in a physically abusive relationship.
Wait. You didn't just hit me with the surviving the narcissist.
Yes, baby.
Yo.
Yes,
Come
I sure
nothing.
did.
Come on. That's
Surviving a narcissist requires, it requires a level of mental strength that has taken them time. Like a narcissist will bits and pieces. First of all, they come in your life gung ho. They make you feel amazing. They make you feel like you're the only person that ever matters to them. And once you're and they will beg and plead to get you to let down all your walls.
You're losing me with the begging and pleading stuff, man. I don't know that.
Yeah, you know that, baby. Let your walls down. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm here for you. Whatever you need, they're gonna be that guy or that person or that girl. It could be either or. But then once you trust them, once they have worked their way into your innermost confidence, then they start to chip away at the person that you are, because they will tell you, you can see them do something and they will tell you, you're crazy. That's not what you saw. They're going to start criticizing you little by little. Oh, how do you think I did? It was all right, but I think
not to cut you off. Wait, Joy, hold on. I got to say something now. It may be. Is there different types of narcissists? Because this one you mentioned, it don't sound like me. I'm a flyer narcissist than that one. You got to.
Well, you could be. See, there are people that have narcissistic traits, but are not narcissists.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm borderline. I'm that 299.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
You might have some narcissistic traits, but a narcissist,
I ain't gonna hit that 300.
They're a very damaged person, and they damage other people, but it is in a very manipulative way, and they start to believe their own lies. It's like selling drugs and using your own product. It's gonna be very difficult to maintain an empire that you're trying to build if you're using the same product that you're peddling.
Wait. Run that. Reel that back in to me. Say that one more time, Joy.
It's going to be very difficult to build and maintain an empire if you start using the same drugs that you're peddling. Like Scarface.
Right.
First he was a great businessman in the drug world. He was building an empire, but when he started actually using the cocaine, he started exhibiting the behavior of cokeheads,
right? Which
is desperate, paranoid,
right,
manipulative, and he couldn't trust nobody, and so it essentially became his downfall.
Right. Yeah, I think he was just more paranoid. I don't think he was.
Cocaine makes you paranoid.
Right. So I'm thinking he was paranoid, and that's what,
It started to affect his decisions.
Right.
You can't make sound decisions when you're inebriated.
You can't? Because I smoke kush. No. And I make some of the best decisions in the world when I smoke kush. I'm not a drug
user, but there's a time and a place for intoxication. And the time and the place for it is not when you're trying to make important decisions that affect the lives of many, many, many people.
That's interesting. I don't. Maybe it just depends on the drug,
It does, because cocaine and weed. Weed it's a different type of situation.
Rick James said cocaine, a hell of a drug.
Yeah, cocaine is a hell of a drug, because when they can't get cocaine, then they got to go for the cheaper version, which is crack, and we already know how damaging crack
is. Right.
Weed ain't finna make you sell your children, sell your body. If it does, you ain't smoking weed, baby. You doing something else,
right?
Okay,
or
you lacing your weed with something that is more damaging
to your body.
Right.
So, but I had to do a fact check real quick on narcissism.
Well, yeah, because the way that they make cocaine, you make cocaine with chemicals. You're adding chemicals that don't belong into your body. Versus weed is just.
Listen, do you even know where cocaine came from? Cocaine was the first murderer. Think about this. What was the very first murder?
Cain.
Cain killed Abel.
Cain killed Abel.
Cain killed Abel. Made Abel the co-worker of the devil. So you got cocaine. And there it is. All right.
Okay.
I had to do some fact checks, though.
Okay.
A narcissist. A narcissist is a person who has extensive interest or admiration of themselves. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Whoa. No, there's no that too, because there wasn't no else. Ain't nothing else behind that.
Yeah, it is, because you can, like I said, you can have a person that has narcissistic traits.
Right.
To a certain degree, I believe that people that are trying to be successful or leaders, they have some traits that can be narcissistic. Okay, like you have to think that you're the best. You got to believe that you're the best before anybody else believes you're the best. When it becomes a characteristic of yourself, meaning you start to belittle the people around you or manipulate the people around you, and it becomes a toxic situation. So pretty much everything in our life is about balance, right? You can have a glass of wine, but if you drink in excess, it's not going to be good for you.
Joy, I'm raising my hand. Can you see me? Are you watching? Can you see? I'm raising my hand. I'm raising my hand. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say, Joy. Just that fast. This is interesting. Okay, here's the thing. We got, of course, there's the pros and cons of the keto diet. So I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here on this, because as an expert, I mean, you can even pronounce the whole sentence and mission like a tension. You got a whole strategy that goes along with it. We're gonna do the facts and myths. The facts and myths, and you can tell me, because this is from Nina Teet Jones. She does the keto diet blog or whatever. So we can just see if this is if it's, or you can just expand a little bit, because, like I said, I'm new to the keto. I don't do diets. I eat what I want, when I want, how I want, where I want. So, but I work out a lot. You know what I mean? Right. I work out like, I tell people, you can eat what you want as long as you work out like you eat what you want. You can't just eat what you want and just sit on the couch like, no, that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. All right. Number one.
Pros and cons.
Yeah, it's the pros and cons. Go ahead.
The pros are, I'll start with the cons first.
Okay.
The first con of the ketogenic diet is you have to get out of your own way, because if you're thinking about all fats are bad, it's going to be very difficult for you to follow this diet, because the majority of the majority of your diet is going to consist of good fats. And typically we've been, taught that all fats are bad, but science came to realize that no, all fats are not bad. There are certain fats, those are chemically generated fats that are bad, but there are natural fats that our body are actually composed of. And so what keto does is take carbs and sugar, which we generally use for energy, and we deplete them in our liver. And so our liver makes ketones, and we use high fats, good fats, like olive oil, almond oils, coconut oils, just natural things to give us energy and fuel our bodies. Okay. So you got to get out of your own way first in the mind. And then the second con would be if you don't have the appropriate information, because, most things you're going to look on the internet, you're going to find stuff, but if you don't find out what works for you, like, that's why I do coaching, because it's not just you just go and eat a whole bunch of fats and you're going to lose weight. It doesn't work like that. You got to have your macros. Just like when you work out, you got to be able to. And if you don't know how to do macros, then you go and you find someone that is able to help you do it. If it's not me, it has to be somebody, because the thing that I learned about being successful in anything or any endeavor that you set forth to do is you use your strengths and you outsource your weaknesses.
Wait, you said that you don't like macaroni? What'd you say?
You use your strengths. You build on your strengths, but you outsource your weaknesses. Gotcha. So if there's things that I don't know how to do, it's okay. There's a wealth of information out here. I'm going to seek a professional that knows how to do those things. Because if you don't do the ketogenic diet properly, because for whatever reason you're too cheap or you don't want to invest in yourself,
Right.
then what's going to happen is you can eat too much protein and you can damage your liver. So
right.
you definitely have to make sure the information that you're getting is from a credible source.
So let me ask you this, not to cut you off. So is it a such thing as a keto nutritionalist, or is this just
Well, that's what I would be.
Right.
Because you can study nutrition and they teach you the basic, everything that's basic in, it's science, right? But then you start, it's like being a doctor. You learn general practitioner, and then you have to go into a specialty. So a ketogenic lifestyle is like a specialty because it's like a new, whenever there's something new, everybody's going to go against it. Like, oh, I don't know if that's going to work and blah, blah, blah,
right.
because they just don't know.
Just like the South Beach diet.
It challenges you.
just like the Atkins diet and the South Beach diet.
Yeah. And so then they started finding out like, okay, you can, have a heavy meat diet, but then again, because of the processing and things that they're putting into our food, into the animals that people eat when they eat meat, it has become toxic.
Right.
Because it's the additional things. So generally, keto is just basically taking it back. You can have meat, but meat is only responsible for about 5% of this way of eating. So you're really ingesting a lot of good high fats.
Wait a minute now. You said so the keto diet is only 5% meat?
Yeah, it's only 5% meat. So that means that if you're diabetic, you can do it. Vegans can do it. Vegetarians, pescatarians, anybody can live this way because all you're doing is cutting carbs, and you're cutting the biggest killer of us and the most lethal drug,
the sugar,
out of your life, which is sugar.
Right. I tell people sugar is the sweetest drug.
It is.
Facts.
It'll make you high so fast.
I'm telling you.
It'll make you low so quick.
Okay, listen. So here's claim number one. We're talking about myths and facts about the keto diet. Claim number one, that keto is bad for athletes. Go.
Keto is not bad for athletes.
Whoa.
There are many athletes that they do what we call a keto cyclic diet, which means it's the same thing like when there are days that you are high carb. You're still giving your body the good fats. And then on the days that you work out, you do your carbs. You eat your carbs. In those days that you don't work out, then it's a very low carb diet. And you're still consuming the appropriate amount of fat and following your macros and getting your electrolytes. So you're still going to be able to build muscle because, again, you're cutting out processed sugar and processed foods. And that will be the same thing as eating a clean diet. But it has more variety than just eating chicken, turkey, asparagus, broccoli, and sweet potatoes like most bodybuilders do.
Right. And it's funny. I'm looking at my notes, and you are reading word for word, like everything that the myth buster says, like everything that you just said, like I'm going to just read the last part. It says, one study found that after 12 weeks eating a keto diet, endurance athletes cut body fat, increased oxidation, and sprint power, performed better overall in critical power tests compared to athletes at high carb diets. This is basically exactly what you just said. So I'm going to go and give you your props right there. I'm going to give you your props.
Thank you. I live this life.
Hey, absolutely. Because when a lot of people come on here and I debunk this stuff. They go from one extreme to the next. All right, here go claim number two. Keto is dangerous for diabetics. I think you just said if you have diabetes, you can
reverse your diabetes. Okay, you can reverse certain diabetes. You can. The reason is because a lot of times diabetes is your body having an issue producing insulin, right? Sugar is mainly stored in our midsection, and that's like the hardest place, especially for women, to actually lose weight. Well, this is typically a sugar-free diet, so we don't. Just about everything you do in this way of eating is sugar-free. And it's not natural sugars that you're staying away from. It is processed sugar As soon as they started processing sugar and refined sugar, that white sugar we all love so much, that's when it became toxic for our bodies.
And before
So
that,
you're
wait. So how was it not toxic before that?
Well, because it was just natural. It was a natural sugar like monk fruit. Monk fruit is a sweetener. It's a plant. It's a plant-based sweetener.
What?
It's actually much sweeter than refined
What you
sugar.
call it? What was it called? Monk fruit?
Monk fruit, M-O-N-K, fruit, monk fruit. Monk fruit is a natural sweetener, like sugar cane. Used in its natural state, it's going to give you enough to get the taste of sweet, but it's not processed. It doesn't have any chemical. It's not, like cocaine. You don't have to have it. It serves its purpose and you're able to do it. And another thing is you have to watch your carbohydrates when you're diabetic. And on this way of eating, we're at most people are at less than 50 carbs. But for African American women and men, my suggestion is always less than 20 carbs within a day if you're trying to actually optimize and lose weight. If you're trying to maintain 50, it's fine. But the way that our bodies are, they just work a little bit different. As you know, everything is different about us.
Us, right, because that's that melanin. That's that melanin.
Oh,
Lord,
the science behind me figuring it out was that I couldn't eat 50 carbs like Susan could.
Right.
I had to eat less carbs than her because I hold fat on certain areas of my body that I don't, that it's a lot tougher for me. And for men, it's the carb count is a little bit higher because men don't have estrogen and stuff. So this is an ideal diet or way of eating for a diabetic because it hits all the points. It's sugar free. It doesn't contain aspartame. It's not going to have you with cancer. You're going to actually lose weight because your body is in a constant state of burning fat. So that's another reason why, although exercise is important just to live, it's not necessary in the first phase of starting the ketogenic diet. You definitely have to program. I teach my ladies and gentlemen how to eat. Let's get in the habit of 30 days of teaching you just what to feed your body so that you can start the process of losing weight.
Okay, let me hear it.
Then you have the energy to work out.
Okay, here we go, because this is what everybody want to know. Is that how long it's going to take before they start seeing results? 30 days? Because most people can't go 30 days.
No, actually, you'll see results within the first week.
Oh, okay. But lightweight results, small results, correct?
Yeah, you can. Listen, there are people that have lost, I don't go by the pounds because you can lose 10 pounds. And, the first 10 pounds you can lose is sometimes just water weight gain.
Right.
But you definitely will lose about at least 2 inches in about 10 days. You will definitely start to notice a difference. The first week, it's not going to be peaches and cream. It's just like anything. Even if you start eating clean and you didn't do a ketogenic diet and you're like, okay, I'm just going to cut all the sugar, carbs, blah, 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 because I want to get lean and I want to build muscle. You're going to it's detoxing, right? So you got to increase your water intake and then the sugar, you deplete your body of those bad carbs and stuff like that. So you're going to feel sick. So that's when you start to increase your electrolytes. So I teach things like we don't use any iodized salt. Use pink Himalayan salt, kosher salt, or sea salt to season your food because it should be seasoned. We don't do unseasoned chicken over here. And you increase your electrolytes, and about day 4, you start feeling better. You get a boost of energy. You're ingesting coconut oils. You can even do this way of eating. I have some clients that actually have nut allergies. And so some people have severe nut allergies. They can't even do avocado. And so I'm still able to have a meal plan for something that specific. There isn't anyone that couldn't do.
I'm almost scared to ask about the alkaline. Well, how does alkaline fit into the keto diet? Is what I really want to know.
A lot of people will like the alkaline water.
Right.
I drink alkaline water, and I'll I infuse my alkaline water with just a bit of pink Himalayan salt to give me electrolytes. So instead of me drinking a big bottle of Gatorade or Powerade to make these companies rich, and they're just giving me about 74 grams of the sugar that I'm trying to get rid of, I'll just get me a bottle of alkaline water, put a couple of drops of Crystal Light or some natural fruit and some pink Himalayan salt, and boom, I got a natural source of getting my electrolytes. It tastes great. I'm still getting water. I'm still clearing up my skin. I'm not, it has helped people that have had cancer to reverse some of the negative effects that chemo has had on them.
You're talking about the keto diet?
That have beat cancer.
Wait, you saying the keto diet has actually helped people beat cancer?
Yes, because if you've ever known anyone that has had a battle with cancer or a cancer scare, a lot of times one of the main things that the doctors try to get you to change, they send you to a nutritionist because your diet is so important, which goes back to my first point. You can out-eat any workout plan. You can out-eat any diet. We didn't realize that a lot of the things that we started to ingest were reacting with our bodies, and they're causing our bodies to produce cancers and all sorts of things, all kinds of diseases that are coming up in us because of the processing and the chemicals that were never intended to go in our bodies that they put in our food.
Okay.
They give everything corn. Corn is not grown in the sea, but they feed the fish corn so that they're able to mass produce it. And so then we ingest that corn, and it's just the circle of life.
Wait, slow down now. Wait a minute now. We can't be going in on corn now. I like corn. So you said that they make it on land, but they feed it to the sea?
They feed it to the fish. So whenever you're eating farm raised salmon, if you're eating any type of farm raised anything, unless it's quote unquote organic, you are in America. You're eating farm raised stuff. They're feeding it. The feed has corn in it. And so now you see companies are starting to try to differentiate themselves. And so you'll see that it says that it has, it won't have any gluten, and it doesn't have this or that, or
no GMO.
We feed our grass and all this because they don't want you to know that they were previously feeding the animals corn, and corn doesn't digest. So it allows you to put on weight. Everybody has seen corn in their poop. Our bodies don't break it down.
Oh my God. Y'all hear this? You popcorn heads? Wait a minute. So what about the popcorn then? That don't break down?
Well, popcorn breaks down because it has come out of the shell.
Right. But in the shell, it comes out how it goes in.
It comes out how it goes in. You might see a couple chewed up pieces, but it's coming out the same way.
So this explains why the Latinos are shaped like that, because they eat a lot of corn tortillas and stuff like that, correct?
Yeah, a lot of flour.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know all this. I'm just learning. This is a good stuff for me, and I'm certified. But hey,
it's keto. A very carb heavy, Latin America, it's a very carb heavy diet. But the reason that the diets are very carb heavy is because they were at first living off the land, and then Monsanto, which I know a lot of people may or may not have, because of the documentaries, probably heard about them. What they did was they started to genetically modify the actual grain that grows the plants.
So they don't even need the corn. They don't even need the seed no more. They just make it just like that.
Well, they need the seed, but what they did was they gave the seed a different type of DNA. They mutated the seed, and so now, so that it could mass produce, they put chemicals in the seed. So now everything is just processed.
Right.
There's nothing pure. And if the farmer had a farm where he had natural seeds and his stuff, his wheat and all his corn looked smaller than theirs because his grain and stuff wasn't genetically modified. They have a patent on it now. So they're able to digest these small farmers' companies and force them to in turn do that. And so
Old McDonald in trouble then. Okay, wait. Let me go to claim number 4. Claim number 4 Keto is bad for heart because it's only a few more, and I want to get them all in because this is interesting.
All
okay.
right, let's go.
Okay. Number 4. Keto is bad for heart health and will raise your cholesterol. That's claim number 4.
Actually, that is incorrect. Keto will not do that because what they are talking about is when you say it's a high fat diet. Mm-hmm. That's why I always make sure that I emphasize it's a high quality fat diet. So there's monosaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, all those horrible fats that are basically chemically produced. Those are the type of fats that will cause you to have cardiovascular disease and clog up your arteries and stuff like that. But keto.
Wait. Let's stop. Let me stop. I got to stop you. I swear to God, it sounds like you just reading this from my thing. Let me say exactly what you said. One meta-analysis incorporating data from 474 participants found that low carbohydrate diets not only helped individuals lose weight, but also improved their cholesterol. And another meta-analyst citing 17 clinical trials found that low-carb diets protected against major cardiovascular risk effects. A third study included that 119 participants found that low-carbohydrate dieters had lower cholesterol than low-fat dieters after a year.
Absolutely.
This is
because
what you
most
just said.
High carbs, they need certain oils, certain fats to make them, and that's when you get the polys and the monounsaturated fats. But those are chemically produced fats, and so that's not what we're doing. We're eating high-quality fats, natural fats like avocado, olive oil, coconut oil that has antibacterial properties. So these things, they heal our bodies instead of hurting them.
Okay, so is it fair to say that the reason people think the fat is bad because the body can't determine at time which fat is good or bad depending on the person? Do you see that?
No, the reason people think that the fat is bad is propaganda. You know, if they want to sell a product, our country is built on capitalism. These companies are in business. In order for them to mass produce these foods, they have to put chemicals in them so that they can have a longer shelf life. So, of course not. It would be counterproductive for any company that sells food, grocer, whoever, to teach you that, hey, I got to put chemicals in this food that I'm processing so that it can last on the shelf so that I can make money to feed my family. Right. So they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that it's better for you to have natural fats, that it's better for you to use coconut oil that you can get from your local farmers, that it's better for you to go to the farmer's market and get this avocado oil. You could just go grab a whole bunch of avocados and eat those with your breakfast in the morning because it's not going to make them any money.
Full facts, y'all. We talking facts on the DaMega Code, y'all. If y'all don't understand, you understand now. Claim number 5. Keto will make you break out. Make you like your skin, make your skin break out. That's a claim number 5.
First, people have to realize that you've been you've been putting toxic stuff in your body for a very long time, right? So if you go to the dermatologist and they give you a medication, you ever heard the phrase it's going to get better, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Right.
So what happened is as you start to detox, when you detox, what happens? Your sweat smells different. Because when you drink alcohol, let me give you a good example. You drink beer and you start to sweat, the beer starts to come out of your pores, right? Now you're going to have to sweat all that beer out. And in a day or so, your body composition, your pH, now you smell normal, but you done had to shower and drink a whole bunch of water and basically clean yourself out. Right. So that's what happens. So you're already going to have an acne problem. You already probably have issues with your body, your pH levels and everything. Everything is just out of whack. So you start a ketogenic diet and your body's detoxing. Your liver is literally cleaning your body out. That means there's going to be some dust. That means that sometimes you might break out because you have to get rid of it. That pus and stuff that's coming to the surface, those are things that are in your body that needed to come out of there. And then on the other side of that, because you've increased your water intake, your skin is going to be flawless and beautiful, but you're going to feel horrible. Like I told you in the beginning, I said when you first start, the first week, we call it the keto flu. You feel a little lethargic because your body wants the drug. It wants the sugar.
Okay, number 6. Keto is not good for your gut.
Keto is excellent for your gut because, again, you're putting in good natural fats, which restores your natural pH, which makes your body, the parts that are supposed to be naturally alkaline and things of that nature. What a lot of people don't talk about is, especially in women, that a lot of the processed foods that we eat and a lot of medications that we take in Black women, in women in general, but especially African American women, it cause severe yeast infections, right? And they give you antibiotics to cure the yeast infection, but the yeast infection the antibiotics give you a yeast infection because they're so strong. It will continue to produce them. And there are women that are suffering. They have tried a ketogenic diet, and because it balances everything, it pushes your body back into, it pushes your vagina is supposed to be alkaline. So it pushes your body back into
Wait a minute. Did you say?
Yes, the vagina inside is an alkaline. It's an
there it
acidic.
is, fellas. More reason for you to increase your alkaline diets. All
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
It is healthy.
Thank me later. Thank me later.
Alkaline.
All right.
Our bodies run on a pH scale. If you go anything over too low or too high, it's gonna have adverse effects. So it's great for the gut. There are people that have tried the ketogenic diet that didn't have regular bowel movements. You should be using the restroom every day. MCT oil is a natural way to help that.
What is it?
MCT oil, coconut oil.
Okay, MCT
which
oil.
has multi-chain triglycerides. It's MCT oil. And so MCT oil drinking, we drink this thing called bulletproof coffee in the morning to help get your fats in, which is just coffee with butter.
Well, hold on.
MCT oil.
Wait. See, I just said something on the show about don't drink coffee. Elaborate a little bit.
Well,
because it's all acidic. It's 0.5. So all acidic is no such thing as decaffeinated coffee.
I'll do like 2 ounces of coffee because, again, like I say, everything is about balance.
Balance.
Right?
Got you.
It's all about balance. So no, you're not going to be a heavy caffeine drinker, but of course you drinking a gallon of water a day. So it's going to balance out.
Got you.
You're not going to just drink only coffee because coffee, although it's great, it has caffeine that'll give you that's a natural source of energy, and most energy drinks and everything have caffeine, but it's not a strong amount. It's not a large amount of caffeine because then you got that 64 ounces of water, or you got your alkaline water, and then you got your high fats. So that's going to give you a natural energy source. Then the MCT oil is going to give you more clarity, energy. It has antibacterial properties, so it's going to start healing your gut and healing your body on the inside. It's a good oil. It helps you get your fat macros, which are very important on a ketogenic diet. It suppresses your appetite, right? Because if you think about what's in this coffee, butter, MCT oil, heavy cream, and the caffeine from the coffee, it allows you to drink your fats, you reach your macros for the day, but it has very healthy benefits. A lot of these ingredients are what they put in the pills that they try to push to you. Society is going to tell you, buy this pill, let me market this pill to you. I'm going to say to you, a lot of the things that you need to heal your body are at your fingertips. We just have to have a desire to go out there and get it. I even wrote a book about it.
Let me ask you, so you wrote a book about it? You got books?
I wrote a book about it. People that are curious about the ketogenic diet.
Where can they get your book?
The name of my brand is the Keto Print. So the Keto Print, the perfect way to kickstart your ketogenic diet, is just a reference guide. It teaches you how to do your macros. It teaches you about those fats. It teaches you about the pros and cons. It teaches you how not to overeat. It's an ebook. Right. It's downloadable. It's on my website, theketoprint.com. Okay. And it explains it. And then after you get a general look at everything that it entails, 9 times out of 10, most people, if they're one of those 3 people that I said, like you don't have a lot of this, but you just need some extra motivation, then they contact me for coaching because they know that I know what I'm talking about. It's not high-minded. Most dieting books or stuff like that, it's just very collegiate, and everybody's trying to, I'm talking to you like your sister, like, hey, these are the bad fats. You need to stay away from this. Right. You need to eat this if you want this to happen.
All right. Claim
you
number 8.
You got to get out of your own way.
Okay. I got to get this. Claim number 8.
Mm-hmm.
You will lose sleep on a keto diet. Is that true or no? True or false?
Okay. So here's the thing, right? Like I said in the beginning, it will increase your energy. That first couple of weeks, you're going to feel like you have the keto flu. Well, one of the benefits.
The what? The keto flu?
We call it the keto flu because it's the time that your body is detoxing from sugar.
Got you.
And that's the time when you're having insomnia. That's one of the symptoms.
Wow.
So once your body becomes what we call fat adapted, because since we've been little, we've been introducing our body to living off of processed food. Wow. Now you're changing an entire way. There's the entire world in your body and you're changing everything.
Right.
So your body has to have time to adjust to that. And obviously you're going to have extra energy. So when you start having that extra energy because you're starting to get leaner and you're losing weight, now it's time to start incorporating the workout. Because You know what that does? It's going to go ahead and deplete. It's going to help you clean out, right? Exercise is going to get rid of those toxins because that's why everybody has to go and urinate or poop after they finish exercising at some point during the day, right?
Right.
But then you're going to get tired. So you'll deplete that energy source. And being in ketosis is a constant state of burning fat. So you lose sleep a little in the beginning because your body is just in shock. Right. But once you become fat adapted, you're actually a more productive person because you have good natural energy, and it's not a sugar energy. It's not a cocaine type of energy where you're high, then you're low, you're tired. I got to drink a Coke. I got to have a Red Bull. And then you high for like an hour, and then you down and you feel like you falling asleep on the road.
So that's good. So it replaces with you may lose a little sleep at first, but then after that, your sleep is beautiful. This is what we say.
Correct.
Yes,
I sleep better than I did when I was big because I could never get comfortable.
Well, see, because I tell people sleep is spiritual.
It is.
It's spiritual because it goes from one day. This is how sleep works. It goes from one day to the next by not eating or drinking, which means that you're fasting. See?
Yes.
So the next day
is a big part of this life.
Right. So when you wake up the next day and you eat and you drink, you break fast. They call it breakfast, but it's really it's really break fast. So that's the whole point of it being spiritual. All right, man. We gotta go. Gee, man, it
was good though. You learned a lot. I learned some stuff about narcissists.
Hey,
you learned some stuff.
Hey, we exist. Cut out some slack. All right, pray for me. How about that?
I will.
That works.
I shall.
All right. Okay, listen. Before you go though, tell the people where they can get, where they can stalk you at. All your social media handles and your website and all that again. One more time before you go.
So you can find me on Instagram at Glamlux Studios, GlamluxeStudios. I am Glamlux Studios on Twitter. I am also Glamlux Studios on Tumblr, and I'm just Joy on Facebook, Joy Stewart on Facebook. My website is theketoprint.com. You can purchase my book. It's an ebook. It's only $24.99. But it is filled with a wealth of information. And on my stories on Instagram, I post everything that you need to know about the ketogenic diet. I can be available for coaching or reach for coaching by sending me an email at queenofketosis@gmail.com. And listen, if you just need some motivation or you just need to know how to start, I'm the perfect person to help you make that journey.
And I endorse that. These are facts. All right. Hey, I appreciate you. You are really brilliant in what you do.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. You stay blessed.
You too, sweetie.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Hey, that was Joy. She know what she talking about, y'all. I'm going to tell you that right now. If she don't know nothing but keto, she know that. I'm telling you. I have some more questions. I couldn't even finish asking more questions. But, hey, I hope y'all got enough out of it. Tune in next week. It's going to be a brilliant show. It's going to have another beautiful time, y'all. All right. Meanwhile, stay focused, stay positive, stay powerful. Always keep getting closer to your dreams. Peace.